What's up everyone, it's Dusty Gogoat. Welcome back to my headcanon. Today's video is going to be a little bit of an update from what we talked about yesterday. The story goes that someone had played the game Pokemon Legends Arceus, seen the final designs of the starters, Rowlet, Oshawott, and Cyndaquil, and then what they did is drew photos of what they have seen and remember of these Pokemon. And I want to get this out of the way. These new images that we have, they're not real. What these are is a new interpretation of the designs that we originally saw. I just think they're really cool designs and it's a good conversation to have. So this is the image that we reviewed yesterday on the channel. Rowlet's going to be a grass and fighting type, or at least it's depicted as such. In this photo, it looks like Blaziken. Rather than using its bow and arrow, it uses its feet to kick. Typhlosion appears to be fire and ghost type. Instead of its erupting fire mane, it's like a ghostly purple fire, and it's got this black and white color scheme. Very cool. And Samurott really just gets the dark treatment. It's now water dark type. It's got this black beard, and instead of a jousting helmet, instead it has these sharp horns on its helmet, on its shell helmet. So this is what we were looking at yesterday, and now what popped up on 4chan are these new renditions or their new designs of of these concepts. So if we look at the Rowlet evolution, this would be a Hisuian Deciduous. It's still it's still this awful piece of art. I mean, no offense to the person who drew it. So the Deciduous, it's in mid kick, and it's got this like really tall feather or leaf on the top of its head. We talked about how that might actually be an indication that this Pokemon is the silhouette rock climbing Pokemon that we saw way back when, before even the first trailer of Pokemon Legends Arceus. So pretty much this Pokemon still has its hood design where it takes the leaves on its body, puts it up over its head, and when it does that, the leaf on its head, and now that its face is hidden, the red around its eyes really glow, and it looks like it has this long beak, really. And the fuzzy look around all of its body is really creepy, very weird. This looks like some sort of demon. The creator of these images went a step further and gave these Pokemon dex entries, signature moves, and a little bit more. It says Hisuian Deciduous is the silent predator Pokemon. It's grass and fighting type. I mean, that's what we expect it to be. It says that this Pokemon is able to blend effortlessly into the trees with its signature camo foliage, which you can see it's that camouflage. It's like brush. It's like it decaying leaves, sticks, and you can see that like on its body, and that is what also makes up the hood, where it hurls shurikens from the treetops. That's actually kind of interesting. I mean, Deciduous has always been a long-ranged combat Pokemon. It's always used those ghostly arrows. It would make sense that even though if it does kick in battles, in close combat, it would make sense that it also has, or some sort of like leaf dagger, something like that. It says that this is a noble Pokemon and a fair warrior, and is happy to teach humans what it knows about martial combat. That's interesting. So that right there would be really cool if we could battle these as noble Pokemon. But as we know, these starter Pokemon are one of a kind, brought to the region by the professor, and we get one of them. The rest of them are not going to be wild in the region. They're not native to the region itself. So moving on to this amazing Typhlosion. Like I said, I was geeking out about it. I like how the artist, they redrew these concepts, and they even drew like concept art where it shows the Typhlosion in different poses. I'm getting like Ghostbuster vibes, maybe first season of the Pokemon anime where Haunter and Ghastly, Gengar, they're all like goofing off, totally messing around with the trainers. So it says Hisuian Typhlosion is the ghostly boss Pokemon. It's fire and ghost type. That is what we expect. The spirits in command are far from scary and often goofy. That's weird. That's really weird because this Pokemon looks way too serious. So that they're incredibly popular with young children. It's said that only truly special Quilava can evolve to reach this form. Its signature move is Spirit Shogun, and this move grows more powerful the more Pokemon on the team are fainted. I do like that this person didn't even bother giving them signature abilities, because abilities are not going to be in this game. This honestly seems like a pretty powerful move. Typhlosion could fit nicely as a late game sweeper. You just kind of hold it in the back. I'm assuming it's going to be fast. I'm assuming it's going to be powerful. Ghost types, fire types, yeah, they do well when they're fast. This is like the ultimate revenge sweeper. Like, you're about to lose, whip it out, and it's done. I can see this thing learning. I can see it learning Dragon Dance also. The red type really suits it, to be honest. I feel like it cements Typhlosion as a fire type. Next, we've got this Samurott redesign. I like the pink nose, the black beard. What they did is increase the size of its horns, and they also gave it this like underbelly, this hairy black underbelly, which is funny. This thing just, I mean, it looks like an old man. You can see its battle wounds all over its armor. And what's really cool, I mean, this is probably the worst part about Samurott, that it like hides a shell in its arm. It just doesn't make sense it feels wrong. I think it's the same reason why I don't like how Rillaboom carries a drum around in its like hair. I just don't like that for whatever reason, and this is similar to that. But this artist does give it like a new sword. But this artist does redesign the shell sword a little bit, where it's more curved. It's not as long as a katana, but it is still pretty cool to see it in action. It's got like death eyes, just there's no pupil, just white eyes. Hisuian Samurott, the rogue Ronin Pokemon, water and dark type. That is what we expect from our source. When these Pokemon evolve, they set off to live solitary lives away from the birth clans, catching one that wasn't evolved from an Oshawott is a highly unsuccessful endeavor. That's interesting. So we were just talking about that, how these Pokemon will not be available to capture later in the game. That is interesting. How will they do that? Because typically to complete a dex, you will have to trade with someone to get the other starter Pokemon. But in these games, if these Pokemon they're not native to the region, right? You get them from the professor. You evolve them under these certain circumstances. But how will we complete the dex? Is it like when you complete the dex, then the professor says, hey, by the way, I have evolved these other Pokemon that you haven't chosen? Actually, no. What they're probably gonna do is that these Pokemon aren't native to the region, so they won't even be included in the dex. That's how it's gonna work. It says its signature move is Midnight Strike. It's always a critical hit, but lowers defense and special defense one stage. I'm assuming that would be defense and special defense of like your own move, so it's like a close combat. I got this one comment on one of my videos. They write, I'm wondering how one would actually fill in every slot of said Pokedex or Pokemon survey. Would there be Rowlets, Cyndaquils, and Oshawotts running around, or will there be their evolutions of these running around later in the story or post-game? Definitely, I don't think that is something that would happen, but it is interesting to think, because this whole game is based around capturing Pokemon, and if there are, I guess, you pick one of the 3 starters, that means you'll experience those 3 Pokemon in the line, but there's 6 additional Pokemon that you'll essentially just never capture or interact with. And it seems like this game is limited in a lot of ways. It is likely to have Pokemon Home functionality, but will we be able to trade or battle with our friends locally? I don't know. I don't know that at the time being. I don't think these Pokemon are going to be catchable in the overworld. So it looks like these designs are debunked. There's tons of Fakemon artists all over the internet. People have been speculating and creating new designs based on the person that has been leaking information accurately, but these specific designs seem to be debunked. Let me know what your hopes are for Pokemon Legends Arceus. I want to make a video and use a lot of your feedback to explore all the different things that we're all expecting from these games. If you are still watching, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Right now is Pokemon League season. I'm going to try to put out a video every single day for the next 2 weeks. You're not going to want to miss a single video. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck hunting.